Let's prep your invoices by starting back within your projects. So, the beauty of Moxie is that everything works together. So, from your client management to your agreements to your invoices, everything settles in all together nicely. So, when you create an agreement, that is going to set up your invoices and your projects. So, we've got your projects built here and we have your invoice built here. So when you are creating your agreement, that's where you're going to start adding in like how much things cost and what the projects you're going to manage are going to look like. And you can opt to add in payment plans, just a regular invoice. You can have a client actually pay on your agreement as well by using your integrated payment. So when you click and drag this box, you can add an integrated payment here in your agreement template. If you choose to do that and you have on that this is going to automatically create projects and invoices, when you go into your client, you'll see that that has been created on your behalf. So I've got this all created. And when I go into my project, I'll be able to see like, okay, here's how much all of that costs. Okay. If you choose not to use Moxie's agreements or your agreements just don't function that way, you can also create a project and then edit the project and add in your project fee type. We support all kinds of ways for you to bill your clients. You can choose hourly, a fixed price, like a project based, recurring revenue, or per item. So if ever you want to kind of mix those together all under one project, that's when you would choose per item. So hourly, this is pretty straightforward. You're going to set your hourly rate. And then when you track time to this project, Moxie will calculate all of those for you and have you put those on your invoices, and you don't even really have to think about it. Fixed price, also pretty straightforward. When you create a project that has a fixed price, you'll be able to immediately add it to an invoice. When you have recurring amount, you can set up your recurrence and when you want to get paid. And then Moxie is going to keep track for you of which of those recurrences have been added to an invoice or not. Don't worry, we'll show you all of how those things work together. And then when you do a per item pricing, when you go into each task, you'll be able to choose how you want to be paid. So in this case, if I'm writing a blog, I've got my product and service library here. So I've got select product and service. I'm going to choose my blog. If you are first setting this up, you're going to choose this add product and service, and it's going to bring you to set up those product and services. I'll show you how that looks. So you're going to name your product and service, give it a rate. You can use a deposit. You can use this product and service based on an hourly rate as well, and you can choose whether or not that's taxable. So I'm going to use this blog, and I'm going to say this is $1 per word. So I'm going to write 1,000 words. Here's how much that is going to cost. Now, this is not going to show up on your invoice as billable until you have completed this project. So I have this project in here. Once I have this in my complete, now this is going to show up when I go to create my invoices, or if I automatically create my invoices, now it's going to get charged. But if it is not in the complete status and you are charging a per item price, then it's not going to show up on your invoice. Okay, so here I'm going to add in, this one is going to be a per hour. So let's do this one hourly, and I'm going to add a little bit more time here just for, showing what that looks like. And then we'll make this one a fixed price, just like a standard amount of money. Okay. So I've got all of those. So I'm going to make this in my completed stage as well, that I've spent those hours on this. And I'll leave this one in not started, so you can see that this task is not going to show up as billable. So because it isn't complete yet. So when I go to create my invoice for this project, I'm going to show you the tracked hours or billable projects. So here I have created, here is that first task that I created, and here are the hours. And then I'm calculating that amount for Moxie is calculating. I'm not doing any of those calculations. And then here is that blog. But you can see that other task is not showing up here as billable because it isn't marked complete yet. So here is where if you had a recurring project, this is showing you these recurrences have not yet been added to an invoice. So you could add them to this invoice. And then if you have just straight hourly projects, any hours that have not been added to the invoice would be here available for you as well. And then you can see this one, this is a fixed project and I have previously invoiced this amount for that fixed project. Okay, so here is that added to my invoice. So that is how Moxie's projects and agreements all kind of lead you toward making your invoices the easiest thing that you are going to do. There's also our recurring invoices. So if you wanted to create a recurring invoice, let's go. We'll start here from our dashboard. If you wanted to create a recurring invoice, you could do that here and you could say, I want to include my billable client hours and projects. And then it's going to pull in all of those projects for you. I've got another video kind of all about special types of invoices where you can see a little bit more deeply into the recurring invoices. But the main thing to remember is that we are trying to get all of your things working together for you. So starting with your agreement through your project management, all of those can feed your invoices so that at the end of the month, at the beginning of the month, you're not wondering like, did I send my invoice? Did I invoice for that? Everything within Moxie is working all together.